Yes, what I would tell you, we will have an update for you next week. But what I'll tell you is there's a lot of people running red lights. That's what I'll tell you. And
surprise you?
No. You'll be surprised when you hear that. Maybe when you hear the number next week. The only reason I wouldn't give it's only about a 5-day sample size, and we don't have the. We've got the anecdotal number. We don't have it on paper, and I want to go out in the public and say this.
It's a big number.
Yes. More than big. Yeah. And by the way, that's also at 9 total approaches that are up. That's not, so remember, not all of them are up. So we will get you those numbers, but before we announce those publicly, we wanted to show you what they were, where they were located, all of that stuff. And I already know, I'll give you 2 weeks of primer on that. That does not include this number will not include right hand turns on red. That's one of the conspiracy theories out there that include that now that there's cameras, we're going to do right turn reds. We are not. It is left turn reds and straight on. That is we have no idea. If you ask me how many people went right turn on red, I don't know that we'll have that answer, because that's not what these are in the police. It's about T-boning somebody across an intersection. So the numbers are, I would say, early on, and could change. What happens next week are staggering. So.
Any difference times of day that you've been able to pull out of the data?
Not yet. I've just heard the big number. I don't know times a day, which approaches, and that's why we're not hiding that information from you. We want to have all the information to you before we say how many hundreds of people have run red lights in 5 days. We will get you. We'll get you all that information, and if we can break it down by time, obviously that's an interesting note as well. And this isn't just to prove their validity or not. I've said this the whole time. If we see like we don't need them, and the taxpayers paying an expense to these vendors, then we'll take them out. We'll take this one out, or we'll change or adapt. This is not an ego thing where we're going to put our foot down and say that we're not going to change. We should absolutely be analyzing this data regularly. There'll be lots of interest in it now because we just started, of course, and right now it's interesting because no one's getting, this is the grace period. So I think it's important for our citizens to know how many people are running red lights, and we're not saying it because they're all getting tickets. None of them are getting tickets. They might, I believe they're getting a $0 ticket in the mail. I believe. I'll confirm that next week. But I hope they are. If the only reason we wouldn't was if technologically we couldn't do it. But I'll check on that. But we want people to know before it's about money or it's about all the other theories. We're going to let you know how many people are running red lights. And I think back to your original question. Do I feel with any more conviction that we've done the right thing by putting red light cameras in? Yeah, I do. And once I've heard that number.